Hey everybody, Hat Creature here. We finally have some Evil Dead the Game gameplay. And not only do we have gameplay, we actually get a little peek into how the game works and the character system. Yes, the game comes out next month, and only a month away do we finally, for the first time, actually get gameplay. A month before the game comes out, we finally get to see what the game actually is. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it great that it took them this long for them to show people what they're trying to sell us? Goodness, I can't think of a better business model than telling everybody to buy a $60 product. Hey, buy this, it's $100. Buy this, it's $2,000. It'll change your life. What is it? Just wait and see, my man. You're gonna be happy. Oh, look, I'm gonna show you what it is after you've given me your money. It's a tissue box. Change your life. Okay, so what is it? So here we go. I'm zoomed in as far as I can. So it looks like the class-based system is what we're dealing with. You have a whole bunch of characters, and each character fits into a class. We have... Oh, you can't see my mouse. Oh, there it is. There. Okay, we have leader, warrior, hunter, support. Personally, I enjoy the support class. But since there's actually a leader this time, I might do that. But I do enjoy support classes normally. I like helping my team. I like dealing damage without actually like being in the forefront. Puppet master. That's the kind of thing I like. Blah blah blah. So we have different kinds of ashes as well. So the newest one is going to be the leader. Ash from Army of Darkness is the warrior. That makes sense because he did the most damage in that film. We have... I'm not sure which one this is. We might be able to scroll over to it when they play. But it looks like every character has their own skills that they come with. Right here. El Jefe. An aura that affects all survivors within range, increasing the fear resistance and the damage they inflict. So as long as they're near this version of Ash, they'll do more damage and they won't get scared as much, because that's I believe it's the main mechanic in the game, to scare the survivors into dying. Old friend, start the match with the chainsaw. That's interesting. So the other Ashes may not get that, especially the support class, because he didn't actually get the chainsaw until like the end. Like, actually, if I remember correctly, Ash didn't even get the chainsaw in the first film. It happened in the second film. I believe that's what happened. But anyway, El Jefe Grande enhances your aura's effects when you perform a finisher or dismember an enemy. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. See, those are some actually great leader abilities, even though two of them are exactly the same. Good job. And then the third one, your final one, has absolutely nothing to do with being a leader. Great job being a leader. Very varied gameplay right there. But anyway, the better you do, the better your teammates do, which is what a leader should be doing. A leader should be leading their team to victory. When the leader is failing, the team should back them up. But ultimately, the leader should be inspiring their team to be better. And that's what this version of abilities this guy has. And I like it. I just wish it was more varied instead of two of them being almost exactly the same. Good job. What else do we get?
Yeah, Evil Dead.
We're gonna have him scroll through it. Okay, Lord Arthur. Can I scroll back a little bit? Like he glanced at the other person as well. Pause, play, pause, play. Oh my god, you stupid. Well, okay, hold on. Play. Oh, he already did it. Wow, that was fast. Can I catch him? Can I catch him? I don't think I can.
This one? No.
No, I can't catch him. I was hoping I can catch him when he was on the lady. I don't remember her name. I apologize for all the hardcore fans out there. I just don't recognize her face. Okay, let's see what we got. Lord Arthur from Ash Army of Darkness. Thank you. Let's see. Wait, does he actually have his own ability? When activated, the ability increases the damage inflicted by your melee attacks and those of your nearby teammates, in addition to reducing fear letters. If Lord Arthur has a sword, he inflicts extra damage. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. One of the developers actually said that it's more like a battle royale. The maps are huge. The developer said that the maps are actually insanely huge, and it's highly recommended that you use the car to get around. So if you don't have a car, the match is going to take forever. The matches can either end quickly because the developers themselves admitted that the survivors are more powerful than the demons. They admitted straight out, full honesty, that they're overpowered and that it's incredibly stressful to play the demon. And it is very chill and relaxing and easy to play as the survivors. So keep that in mind. But I'm going to go over that more when I switch to the demon gameplay. Don't get discouraged about what I just said, because if you played Resident Evil Resistance, it's the exact same way. But you can still have fun, so hold on. Heavy attacks. You and all your teammates within the aura radius deal increased damage with heavy melee attacks, and you start the match with a sword. It sounds like perhaps your weapons break, because this says if you have a sword, you do more damage, and Arthur starts with a sword. So you can definitely switch weapons, but it's possible that they wear out. Light attacks. You and all teammates within radius do more damage with light attacks. What does this say?
To be fair, I mean, the franchise
When you perform a finisher, you and your teammate... Good job. And then here's Henry the Red. Also from Army of Darkness, but he's in the warrior class. What does he do? Activating ability temporarily prevents damage. Nice. Oh, to health or shield. That's fascinating. Reflects a percentage of the damage you receive. I love that one. That's one of my favorite abilities. Increases maximum health and fear. Start the match with an additional shield. Oh, wow. That's nice. Okay, that's awesome. What else we got? Okay, so after watching the video, because I watched the demon one first, and then I came here to the survivor. So basically, for the survivor and the demon, you can upgrade your character. I don't know if it carries over from game to game, like the character is like set up, or every match you have to level them up in the match. I don't know. The problem with this video is, their presentation of their product a month before it releases is that they still don't know how to talk about it. They do go over a lot of things, but they don't go over it enough. They're very scattered. Like they have a topic and then they talk a little bit about it, but they don't really go into depth about things we actually want to know. Just a lot of other little things. I'm not trying to down them. I'm just telling you how it is. The way they're talking about their game in these videos kind of shows why it's taken them this long to actually show us what we're buying. So it might just be confidence, which sucks because they've made other games before. Then again, I haven't really dealt with this development company myself. I haven't played any of their games, but here we go. What is it? So, shield. It looks like you can protect yourself with, let's just say, body armor. Stamina, obvious stamina. Health, upgrade your melee and your range. But what is fear? So, basically, what fear is, I might be able to show you. Just skip here. So, basically, what fear is going to be is that they're traps. The demons can put down traps, jump scares. things like that. The higher your fear is, the more, there it is, there's the jump scare. The higher your fear is, the more susceptible the character is to getting possessed. The weaker you are, the higher it is. My cat just broke into my room. No sense of privacy. It's a cat. But stuff like that. You can make your fear go down by going to specific areas and just resting up and stuff like that. That's another trap. I'm going to show you all that in the demon gameplay. But what is the actual gameplay? So basically, the game is a battle royale on a giant map. You and your team will collect items at the very start, get in your car, and then once you're all looted up, you're going to go around collecting the pages of the Necronomicon. But this one right here, top right corner, you can barely see what the objective is because Game Informer is so full of themselves that they have to put their logo all over everything so you can't actually see the product they're promoting. Great job. But they have to collect things. And once the survivors are in the collecting phase, the demon will know where the survivors are. So while yes, the map is giant and it's difficult for the enemy to find out where the survivors are at the start, you will always know where the survivors are once they go to a certain phase. Once they have the pages, or they try to get the pages of the Necronomicon, they have this horde mode that you can actually see here. This is the final phase right here. They're fighting the Dark Ones. Whenever they try to get a page, waves of enemies will summon. And you'll know where they are, so you can go over there, and then from those stages, you can just follow them around and prep around the map to stop them. So while it's difficult to know where they are, it's quite easy to know where they're going to be at certain times. And that's basically the gameplay. Collect all the pages, get the dagger, and then kill the Dark Ones. And then, yeah, that's it. So now we're going to go over onto the demon gameplay. And also, part of this interview right here, one of the interviewer actually asks, so what is this game kind of like? Is it like other games in the genre, like DBD, and they didn't have anything else to say. They didn't have anything else to say besides DBD. Do you want to know why? Because all the other games failed. They failed for one reason or another. And that's because DBD has no competition. Hopefully this game can compete with Dead by Daylight, and if it does, hopefully the developers at Dead by Daylight will actually start caring about their game and actually start developing it properly after 6 years. One can only hope that an android dog can learn tricks at all. So let's go over onto the demon gameplay. Okay, here we go. So we're on the demon side. So how this works is it's also a class-based system. Now what about the characters you get to choose? Can you get to play as each one of these characters? No, that's not what it is. These, I believe, according to this right here, default outfit,
Alongside the guy who checked out the game, wrote the cover story.
it looks like you can change the outfit of each one of these characters. So I may have just contradicted myself at the very beginning. Congratulations, dumbass. So here we go. What is it? So you have 3 classes, Warlord, Puppeteer, and Necromancer. Sexy. The Puppeteer is probably going to be the one that I want to play the most, because I don't really know too much about the Necromancer, because it sounds a lot like the Puppeteer. So the Puppeteer, this dude, Eligos, I believe the demon's name is. This is from Ash vs. Evil Dead. Probably my favorite original demon in the lore. Like, look at these demons. They look cool, man. Everybody loves, evil Ash, but, this demon's fucking cool. But anyway, so units you possess have more health, deal more damage, and their attacks increase fear in their targets. So the Puppeteer is kind of like Daniel from Resident Evil Resistance. You have more power when you personally control your minions. You can summon minions and traps and all that stuff throughout the game. That's how you win. That's how you defeat the survivors and stuff like that. But you can also control them directly. You can also possess objects and like trees and cars and things like that. People. So that's what the puppeteer would be doing mostly. Now here we have Henrietta, the warlord class. I believe this one is just straight up damage. You know, the warrior one. What kind of skills does Henrietta and the other two have? Belly flop. Henrietta slams herself to the ground, damaging anyone unluckily enough to be within the shockwave. Gas leak. Henrietta leaves a trail of toxic fumes behind her. So you can literally run around survivors farting all over them and killing them. Isn't that disgusting? Granny hug. Oh my gosh. Henrietta squeezes a survivor's head. This cannot be dodged. To break free, other survivors must attack Henrietta. I see. So this might actually be the kill move from Mr. X from Resident Evil Resistance. Or, like, yeah, not just a Mr. X, like all the boss characters. And that's how this game works as well. These are boss characters, and that's what they call them in the game. So you have Henrietta, Eligos, Evil Ash, and basically how it works is, I'm going to show you gameplay. So you start off as an incorporeal, dark one. You're just floating around and you collect these red orbs. The more orbs you collect, the more power you get, and that allows you to place traps, summon minions, stuff like that, but it also allows you to summon the boss character. And depending on your class, it changes. So you can summon Evil Ash, and you can let him do him. If you summon Evil Ash or Ellie Ghost or whatever, they'll pop out of the ground and they'll do their own thing. They'll just do whatever they want. But you can possess them manually and take control of that iconic character. And here are some of the abilities and upgrades and whatnot. So it's just like Resident Evil Resistance when it comes to the evil gameplay. So if you didn't like Resident Evil Resistance, then you probably won't like playing this. If you never even played Resident Evil Resistance, you missed out. I feel bad for you. The game is still available. You can still play it right now. The player base isn't what it used to be, but I highly recommend playing it. I don't play it anymore because I don't feel that they left the balancing in a proper state when they stopped developing it. Good job, Capcom. So anyway, what do we have here? Possession. You can possess basically, well, I wouldn't say anything, but you can possess a lot of things in this game. Even people. And I don't quite know how that works with the health bar. I personally feel that if you're possessing a player and you get hurt while controlling the player should lose health and not you. Which is kind of like a catch-22. How do you get rid of the demon if you're hurting your teammate? I don't know. Fucking deal with it. So here we go. 5% unit health, 5% unit damage, level 2, 3, all the way up to 40% more health and damage, 25% upkeep cost reduction. They don't actually go over that. There's so much that they don't talk about because they only had 8 minutes to talk to a company that didn't properly know what to ask when the fans do. That's game journalism for you. So what else do we have? Infernal energy, no idea what the hell that is. What else do we have? Demon vision. I'm assuming this is an aura thing. Traps. This is going to be my favorite. Traps. Scare traps, the little ashy slashies that jump out of a box. The hand that attacks you. Those are traps. Those are things you can upgrade. And here's the boss right here. That's the main character that, you have. Portals. I don't know what these are going to be because they don't really talk about them. Amazing. Or maybe they did and I got so distracted by the game that I couldn't end up listening to them. So here we go. At the start of the game, see this car? You can possess this car. And it has a cost. Those are the red orbs that you can collect around the map. So here you are possessing the car. And I feel that this is something that you might want to do always. Always, always, always. Oh, here we have Infernal Energy. From 250 to 260, so this might actually be your max energy that you're upgrading. Regenerate 1 point... wow. Nice. Because you have to manually get energy yourself. But with upgrades, you can generate it. Yeah. Instead of collecting, you can generate. And that's awesome. That's great. I love that. And upgrade points. Blah, blah, blah. But as I was saying about the car, so they said that the map is insanely huge, and they have several maps. And I recommend you to take a car and drive around, otherwise it'll take too long to get around. But the map shrinks as the game goes on. It's just like a battle royale. The further you get, the smaller the space gets, which makes it easier for the enemy to find you. That's standard for these types of games. But what I mean by the car is if you can actually somehow find, I'm about to start, if you can find the survivors when they're scavenging, when they're not in the car, you should definitely take the car. Always. I don't know if you can destroy it, but possessing it and maybe hiding it, maybe luring them to a trap with the car, like, hey, I'm taking it from you, don't you want to come get it? I'm leaving it right here where it's totally safe. I didn't just summon the boss character with a whole bunch of scare traps to trap you in here. No. So I definitely think you should take the car. If you can destroy it, that would be even better. Slowing them down is what you want. And here we go. You're actually possessing player 3. Let's see. I'm going to go back and rewind that because I want to take a closer look at that. So you're possessing her. Boom. So player 1, that's you. Your health is at the bottom. Can't really see it because, there you go. So the health is at the bottom right here, and these are your attacks. And you have different abilities depending on who you possess, whether it be a Deadite or a player. And depending on which Deadite you're possessing as well, your abilities change. She has an axe and double barrel, so you can shoot people, you can hit them. What else we got? So she's going to get attacked here. Is her health going to go down? You have a time limit, it seems. Okay. It's impossible to tell. No. Okay. So I think that's a missed opportunity. So it looks like when you possess a player, you do have a time limit. That's probably the upkeep cost. So it looks like whenever you possess a player, you spend a certain amount of points per second, and when you get attacked, you spend those points. And the upkeep costs will probably reduce the amount of points you lose when you're possessing or when you get attacked. But it also looks like that when you're possessing, the player you're controlling doesn't actually lose any health when they get attacked, which I think is absolutely stupid. If I'm possessing somebody and I jump off a cliff in order to kill them, they should die. They should not somehow magically survive the fall. What's the point of possessing people? Well, this is a game, so the rules are different. You possess people to hurt other people, not the one you control. Otherwise, it'd be too easy to win. If you could just control players and, hurt them a whole bunch, that would probably be broken. And here we have an ad. Blah, 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 blah. Back to the game. So, yeah, that's probably why you can't hurt the player you're controlling. So you would probably want to control. You would want to control the player that is the warrior, because they're the one who'll do most damage. Since this is a class-based system, knowing what each side can do will be very important, especially when you're possessing. Knowing what character is good at what. I don't know if you'll be able to use their perks or their abilities when you possess them. I know you can use their weapons and offensive things, but what about their own perk abilities? If it carries over, you would want to possess the one who can do the most damage, who's actually not close to everybody. Because as they say in the game, when you possess somebody or possess a deadite or anything, you can get stomped hardcore immediately, without a doubt. You suck, try hard, fail. How dare you even try to play the game? You will lose. So you don't want to possess creatures or even summon yourself right in front of the entire group. You want to pick them off when they're alone. Henrietta over here, she's a tank. And she's a boss character. So she's going to do more damage and she can take more hits. But Eligos the Demon, he's not like that. He's not going to be able to go toe-to-toe with the entire group. Evil Ash, the Necromancer, I don't really know much about the Necromancer class. They didn't even... that's actually a lie. That's a lie. Increases the bonus damage and defense that the flautist provides. What? The flautist... What? What the fuck? What is that? Okay. That's... What does that even mean? Okay. Trident Smash. Skeleton Elite charges forward and smashes the ground, damaging anyone, yada yada, just like Henrietta, just looks different. The Skeleton Elite throws its trident, dealing damage. Okay, a spear. Every skeleton who dies within the aura's effect comes back to life, and that's what makes it a Necromancer. Very interesting. For a Necromancer, they only actually have one buff to their minions. I don't know how that works for a Necromancer, because if you're a Necromancer, you're gonna want to be mostly buffs. If anything, out of 3 abilities, I think you should have 2 buffs and 1 damage. Maybe 1 buff for your minions, 1 buff for you, and then 1 damage. But they had 2 damage and 1 buff for your minions, which kind of defeats the purpose of a support class. So it looks like the Puppeteer will be more of a support than the Necromancer, but I don't know what the Flautist is. It sounds like a totem. You place it down, or a minion that you can place down, and it buffs them. So perhaps you do have 2 different types of buffs that you can give your minions. I love Necromancer, so I'm going to play him anyway. I'm going to play everything. But I definitely want to know more about the Necromancer and how he's, different compared to the Puppeteer. Because the Puppeteer, it's kind of self-explanatory. Anyway, back to the gameplay. I'm rambling. But yeah, that's basically the game right there. That's the gameplay. That's the class system. And you can actually see right here, he just summoned another minion, and it's on a cooldown. We don't know what all the abilities do. There he is. From what I can gather, you have 3 different boss characters that you can summon. You have the main one, and then you have the 2 side pieces, and they have their own abilities with their own cooldowns. But you don't have to control them. You can just pop them out there if you wanted to. And this is actually the final phase right here. Threat level 22 at the bottom right-hand corner. What does that mean? I don't know. 2 of the characters actually did. Bleeding out, that's a status effect. That's a state. Isn't that cool? Very fascinating. I'm intrigued. And then here we go. We have the scoreboard so that you can shame the other side. Or to see how well they did. Let's see. How well did this person do? They possessed 12 people as Henrietta. Nice. They possessed 2 cars, possessed 1 person, incapacitated or killed 0, which doesn't make any sense because it actually said that they killed 2 people. Survivors scared 3, 1 trapped, triggered, damage dealt, boss unit summoned, all 3, Objectives not completed by survivors. I like that one. That's cute. I like that. I do like the scoreboard. I do like that. That is really cool. But anyway, that's all we got here today. I hope I was able to share some information, some of my insights. Now, for those of you wondering, the game might be too hard for the evil side, the demons. Yeah. The way I think it's going to be is that it is going to be difficult if you don't play properly, which is how Resident Evil Resistance was. This isn't like Dead by Daylight. Fuck Dead by Daylight. Screw them. That game needs to get good, and the developers don't want it to be because of how they feel that it should be. Their attitude is what makes it bad. This game is different because you're not directly attacking people until you choose to. You have to play a certain way, no matter what class you choose. Even if you choose the brute force warrior warlord class to just outright attack people, you still need to play within the confines of chess. That's what this is. This is virtual chess where people die. Good job. Isn't that fun? I think it is. So you go around the entire map, your playground. This is your domain. Literally. That's the big difference. This isn't just 1v4. This is your world. You choose what you want to do with it within the confines of your reality. You go around, use your powers as you see fit, controlling objects, controlling people, putting down minions, or you can just go out and attack them but by yourself. But it's also kind of like I said, chess. If you're gonna do a frontal assault, you need to do it properly. You need to plan when. You need to plan what the assault even is. You can't just go in there with a club and expect to win. No, you need to plan ahead. You need to put your forces in certain areas. You need to bottleneck them. You need to cut them off. You need to separate them and then brutally murder them in a corner while laughing at them because they suck. That's what you do. That's your full frontal assault. A calculated spearhead. That's how you win. And it's going to be difficult because of how the game is designed. It'll be difficult if you don't play chess. You don't have to play chess in order to be good. You just have to think out of the box. It's not just you. It's whatever you want to be. You have all this power, all these resources, and you have to use all of them. So, you just have to use your brain. Think about it. Think about it. If you are actually going to create a giant death trap for people to walk into, what would you do? I know what I'm going to do. I might win compared to you. So that's what this game is. So yes, it'll be difficult for the bad guys. But that's just how it is. It'll always be like that until I make my own game where I feel that survivors should escape some of the time and not most of the time. My ideal game is that the design would have Dark Souls in mind, where you should enjoy failing, and when you do actually succeed as a survivor and you escape, it feels incredible, like a real accomplishment. It's not something that you can get all the time, it's something that you seriously have to work for, but you enjoy the journey. That's what I would do. But until something like that actually exists, it'll always be difficult for the killer. Because more people will play Survivor. More people are gonna... That's just how it is. So, get used to it. Anyway, I'm excited. This comes out next month in May. I don't remember the date. Good job, me. I hope to see you there. I'm gonna try and stream it. I'll also be playing on PC, so I'll get to take advantage of all these different buttons. And yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Yeah, that's it. As always, have a great day.